What I worry about most, yeah, you didn't ask me that question. I don't worry about, I don't worry about inflation as much. I worry about is anemic growth for the next 5 to 7 years. I don't know how we're going to get out of this 2% growth rate. And that's my bigger issue. We're not going to have the fiscal abilities unless we grow to add on more fiscal stimulus. And we're certainly not going to have accommodative central bank behavior for the next few years by any means.
So what would be going to a different economy? And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold. I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher, and guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, guys, we have Bitcoin and crypto moving up. And make sure you watch the video I did last night. We had Jay Clayton on the spot Bitcoin ETF. Says it's inevitable, but then sneaks in, maybe not. So we know they're playing the Hegelian dialectic. And then we had the Bears lose over 100 million. And I don't know why you would be shorting Bitcoin at this period. But guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates up. We have the dollar up. So we know stocks are going to pull back. And cryptos will be pulling back right now also if it wasn't for the drama of the spot Bitcoin ETF. And then we have volume and crypto up. We have Tether, USDC, and TUSD. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $691 billion. Now, we know this month is going to be a roller coaster ride for crypto, but we still have a few events after the decision. So basically, we have the Fed meeting at the end of the month, and we know that's going to affect the bond market. We have the drama of the government shutdown. We have CBOE launching on the 11th, guys. So if it gets approval, and then we have CBOE with futures betting on the price, that's going to bring even more volatility. And then we have Janet Yellen will be borrowing close to $1 trillion, guys. And never forget, the Treasury had 2 times to push all this debt out, 50 years. Remember, Trump came on national TV. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget about Grayscale, sent about $36.3 billion yesterday. And we had BlackRock and Van Eck update the S1 just a day before expected approval date, even though I thought we already had a deadline. Guys, this is nothing but drama. And then we had Valkyrie expect spot Bitcoin ETF to be effective Wednesday and trade on Thursday, when they stated it was going to take about 6 weeks before it even starts to trade. And like I told you, I expect cash to be involved in the spot Bitcoin ETF. Somewhere they're going to stick it in, so therefore they can keep the casino going on. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Solana now boasts more than 2,500 monthly active developers. Also, we have StarkNet approves vote to add the ability to use Stark token for paying transaction fees. Now we have Upbit Singapore, and guys, we know Singapore is leading the 4th industrial revolution, but Upbit Singapore wins full digital asset license from MAS. Now we have BitPay allows customers to pay for goods and bills with BNB, Chainlink, and others. And guys, we know that's all about adoption. And this is going to pick up in 2024. We're going to see more and more altcoins being allowed to be used. And then we're going to have Stellar and XRP plus Bitcoin Lightning being pushed for cross-border payments. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Gary Gensler issues warning on crypto ahead of spot Bitcoin ETF approval. And guys, we've seen this movie before. We know there's going to be a lot of initial money come in, which is going to give Bitcoin a little bit more boost. It's already been boosted up. So it's going to get a little bit more boost because, guys, remember, we already have spot Bitcoin ETFs that these big investors could have been invested in. And then we're going to have these big investors sneak their money out, and the retail investor is going to be holding the bag. And don't get me wrong, guys. Remember, crypto is definitely the future, but we haven't received that signal yet from the emerging markets. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, we have North Korea Lazarus Group moves BTC around after weeks of inactivity. And we know we have to have the boogeyman, North Korea, Iran, Russia, China. Guys, as always, the boogeyman has been programmed in television for decades. And with all this technology, even the Blue Beam Alien Project will come to life. Remember, guys, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.